Shalom, shalom. All the praise, glory be to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Wahara Kakodash, Shalom, Mabarakathum, to my other brother, who is in fact King David and Peter in the reincarnation, standing in his lot in the last days. Shalom, Mabarakathum, to the other brothers I also label in true faith and in sincerity. Shalom to all the elect out there, all the elect, my new covenant brothers, everybody, all the elect, that is, okay? Get right into it. Wisdom of Solomon 6:20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Again, therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. Wisdom of Solomon 6:21. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. It all starts with wisdom. James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. It said, wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. That's how powerful wisdom is. Wisdom of Solomon 6:20 again says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So when you understand how powerful wisdom is, that is when one will want to desire wisdom, because no one desires anything if they don't even know about it. For a light example, right? An addict, just for example, an addict won't desire whatever they're addicted to if they never knew about it, if they were never exposed to it. They won't desire something that they've never been exposed to, that they don't even have any knowledge about. Right? So knowing that the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, then you should ask, then you should start, going into, how powerful wisdom is. What can wisdom do for you? Wisdom can do a whole lot. Okay. So therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So, again, and then if your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. See how I tell you before, all the carnal things, you need to honor wisdom, take wisdom seriously and desire it, build your wisdom. Everything falls, other stuff just falls in place. And I'm gonna get the prime example in King Solomon. So I'm gonna go here again, James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Matthew 6:33. Says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So when you seeking the kingdom, you seeking the righteousness, that's seeking that wisdom, thus seeking the wisdom. Because wisdom was there, before. What's that? It says somewhere. Wisdom was there in the beginning. Proverbs, I think. But yeah. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. That's what we need to seek first, is this wisdom, the Lord's righteousness. Because that's within this wisdom, the wisdom holds all those things. Let me get this. I'm going to throw this in too. Matthew 19:29. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. So this is just a part. This is a part, because to really obtain wisdom, and a lot of it, you gotta. It's a whole process. Basically, it's not easy to obtain wisdom. And it's, talking about this one specifically, talking to the disciples. He had that follow me in the regeneration of the Son of Man shall sit upon his throne. But these are all things, that comes after, you got that wisdom, you obtain that wisdom, on the latter end. What wisdom can bring is 100-fold of everything. That's why you seek ye first the kingdom. You seek first the righteousness. So it's Wisdom of Solomon 6 again, 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. And we're gonna get into King Solomon now. Not Matthew. Wisdom of Solomon 6:21. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. So thrones and scepters, carnal things, all things carnal, all things of wealth. You want to obtain high status, power, money, resources, women, whatever you name. If your delight be in those things, honor wisdom, obtain wisdom. King Solomon, who is Yahushua, vice versa, was the prime example of that. And I'm going to start here in 1 Kings. First Kings 2:10. So David slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David. And the days that David reigned over Israel were 40 years. 7 years reigned in Hebron, and 3 years reigned he in Jerusalem. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly. 1 Kings 3 and 3. And Solomon loved the Lord, walking in the statutes of David his father. Only he sacrificed and burnt and burnt incense in high places. 1 Kings 3 and 5. In Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night. And God said, ask what I shall give thee. Again, in Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night. And God said, ask what I shall give thee. I'll read that NLT. That night, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream. And God said, what do you want? Ask, and I will give it to you. 1 Kings 3 and 6, back in the KJV. And Solomon said, thou hast shewed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Lord, my God, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father. And I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge the people. It's the point. 1 Kings 3 and 9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And the speech pleased the Lord. Solomon had asked this thing. That Solomon had asked this thing. Solomon was so young. He said, but a little child. I'm going to go over that part again. He said, 1 Kings 3 and 7 at the end, it says, I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. In NLT, it says, I am a little child who doesn't know his way around. So for Solomon to be thinking, on a level that he was thinking, his thought process, was advanced. The average kid per se, maybe thinking carnal, because the average kid is, just carnal. Solomon was looking at the bigger picture. So he said, I'm going to need wisdom. I'm going to need understanding the heart. I'm going to need to be upgraded spiritually to, know what I'm doing. Right? 1 Kings 3. Let me get back to the scriptures. What was that? 1 Kings 3 and 10. And the speech pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this thing. And God said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thy understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I've also given thee that which thou hast not asked. Again, 1 Kings 3 and 13. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. And if thou wilt walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. So you see, Solomon's, how it turned out for Solomon when he was asking for wisdom. He asked for the understanding heart. And in his mindset, it wasn't no carnal means. Let me just get this. This is in Wisdom of Solomon 1, verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit, and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. For wisdom is a loving spirit, and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. For God is witness of his reigns, and a true beholder of his heart, and a hearer of his tongue. So I'm going to read that fourth verse again. For into malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. So wisdom entered Solomon because he did not have a malicious soul. His thought process, thinking of the bigger picture. Right? And he asked for that wisdom. He asked for understanding heart. Now, knowing this, and knowing James 1 and 5, which says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. Right? Now, you could be a malicious soul trying to ask the Lord for wisdom. It will not work out. You will not receive it, because Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. So you can ask all day long for wisdom, but you will not receive that true wisdom because you have a malicious soul. And you're not asking, you clearly wouldn't be asking in the right heart, in the right mindset, in the right spirit. You won't receive it. That's key. Basically get yourself in check. Examine thyself, whether you be in the faith. Examine yourself. Make sure you're on the right path, doing what you need to do. Make sure you're completely sincere, knowing that the desire of wisdom brings it to the kingdom. You gotta model your mind after the Most High, after the Lord, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shemal Shai. In complete sincerity. You gotta dig in your, dig deep inside yourself, examine yourself. So for into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter. Be trying to ask for wisdom, because you know that what happened with Solomon. He asked for wisdom, he received everything else. So let me ask for wisdom, because what I really want is the other stuff, is the carnal stuff. So let me ask for wisdom so I can get that stuff, right? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work that way. No. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 8. 7 and 7. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 7. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me. Right? Because again, that malicious soul, he didn't have a malicious soul. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given to me. I called upon the Most High. I called upon God. And the spirit of wisdom came to me, because spirit will not enter a malicious soul. Got to be completely sincere. And it says, verse 8, I preferred her, that wisdom, I preferred her before scepters and thrones, and esteemed riches nothing in comparison of her. It says, neither compared I unto her. It says, I'm gonna read that again. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 8. I preferred her before scepters and thrones, and esteemed riches nothing in comparison of her. Neither compared I unto her any precious stone, because all gold in respect of her is as little as sand. and silver shall be counted as clay before her. I love her above all, above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light. For the light that cometh from her never goeth out. All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands. And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them. See? I'm gonna read that again, slower. Wisdom of Solomon 7:11. All good things together came to me with her. See? He asked for wisdom, he got everything else. But it says, and innumerable riches in her hands. And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them, that them being all the other riches and carnal things. I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them, and I knew not that she was the mother of them. Yeah, you just keep on reading. And that was Solomon 7. So we got to esteem wisdom, above all things. Let me see if I can find this real quick. This is just to double down on the point. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it's just to double down on the point. In Job 28:12, but where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth saith, it is not in me, and the sea saith, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for price of thereof. Still talking about that wisdom. It cannot be violed with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx, or the sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot be equal with it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. It says, no mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. Just to double down that point, but and you're not going to sincerely and truly desire that wisdom above all things if you don't really understand it. If you got to really understand and know what it means when when it says, Wisdom Solomon 6:20 says, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Therefore, in that Wisdom Solomon 6:20, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Wisdom of Solomon 8:5. Wisdom of Solomon 8:5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom? That worketh all things. That worketh all things. Let me try to find that one before I close out. Because wisdom is above all things. All things. So James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. All right, I got it in Proverbs 8. I was reading through. I'm gonna have to read the entire chapter, but it's all good stuff, especially with this the topic of this proverb. And this is all wisdom. This is all talking about wisdom, right? Like wisdom is speaking in first person, like wisdom is talking in the first person, right? Proverbs 8:1. Doth not wisdom cry and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in top of high places by the way in the paths, by the way in the places of the path, that wisdom. She cried at the gate, at the entry of the city, at the doors, at the coming in at the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and to the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing froward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. Still on that wisdom, wisdom is like, if you will, wisdom is like, if you will, the baddest bitch of all time, if you will, baddest woman, it's like if that, the finest woman ever, right? Above all things, to really understand that point. I'm back. Proverbs 8:9. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction and not silver, and receive knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way and the froward mouth I do hate. His counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding, I have strength. By me kings reign and princes decree justice. By me princes rule and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. Wisdom running through all of it. Again, wisdom, the desire of wisdom brings to the kingdom. That's what's above all things. There's nothing wisdom cannot do. By me princes rule and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I lead in the way of righteousness, in the midst of the paths of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance. Proverbs 8:21, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasures. NLT, those who love me inherit wealth. I will fill their treasures. See, that love wisdom, that sought wisdom first, and that really truly, sincerely love wisdom. It says that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance. So wisdom gave them wealth and substance because that one loved wisdom and sought wisdom first. Proverbs 8:22, the Lord possessed me in the beginning. Proverbs 8:22, the Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. Talking about that wisdom. The Lord possessed the wisdom. As it says, I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there was no fountains abounding with water. It says, before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea his decree, the water should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth, then I was by him, as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in the habitable part of his earth. It says, and my delights were with the Son of Men. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise, and not refuse it. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily in my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All that hate me love death. Close it out back here. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that you may reign forevermore. And, the same Yahushua was also King Solomon. So, as we know. That's it. Lord willing, this is edifying or exhorting. Shalom.